Hi everybody, and welcome to Jupiter, Florida. I am hand delivering a watch, a beautiful Chopard designed in the Cartier Benoit style in 18-karat yellow gold, to a collector and a new friend of mine named Jonathan. And he's wearing an incredible Day-Date with a blue dial, an Italian date wheel. And I just think that Jonathan really kind of exemplifies everything that is kind of right about our community, thoughtful, passionate, connection-oriented, right? Watches, vintage watches specifically, but even modern, are not just about their material. I think we can all agree on that. They're about more than that. They're about stories. They're about kind of paying homage. There's a weight to watches and our hobby, be it right now looking to the past or right now looking to the future and our children and grandchildren. Anyway, that is clearly what got me into watches, not just the design, not just the price, it was the stories. So here's to a new initiative where we tell those stories a little bit more regularly. Enjoy.
So Claire and I met when we were 15 at Vacation Bible School. We were counselors at our parish, and so we started dating right away. I saw her in adoration at the start of the Vacation Bible School, and like I've told you before, my papa sort of saw my grandma on the street corner when he was 16, and he said he was in love from there, and I sort of felt the exact same thing, and that was the start, and it's been quite a journey, 6.5 years about. So all of a sudden she's very into watches, and she sort of is really understanding the storytelling that goes along with it. Watches in particular, she really starts to understand, and now I love it. She'll start to come into my watch box and take my watches, like my 34mm Omegas and she loves those. And I got her a beautiful Hermes watch I showed you and gotta get a strap for, but absolutely. And I just think it's so important. It's something that we get closer over, and we love talking about and sharing together. And now it's not just my hobby, it's our hobby together, and we do it together, and I absolutely love that. I think we'll show later the Chopard that I got for her and I have the Chaumet that you graciously offered me, and our Paris watches together, and she is in love with that idea that we'll be able to wear those together and be in the city of love on our honeymoon, and just spending that time together and having those to sort of mark that significance. I think for her grandma and her mom are incredibly classy ladies, and her grandma left her beautiful selection of jewelry that Claire sort of started getting into our junior and senior year of high school, and then that's why I got her the love ring, and now she wants all the Cartier rings. But yeah, and I think she really learned to appreciate that through me, because I champagne taste on a beer budget a little bit, but so I really sort of am very passionate about that, and she followed suit. And I think the Paris watches are gonna hold such a forever collection until you get married, of course, as we talked about. And you said no, but I said yes. But no, you get the hell out of here. No, and it's just gonna be so special to be able to share that together, because I've been able, when I showed her that watch, she's like, do you like this? Is that a Cartier? Because I showed her the Benoit, and I was like, no, this is Chopard, and a Paris watch again, and she fell in love with the history, and now she's sending me Chopards on Chrono 24 that, let's slow down a little bit, and I'll find them for you, and we'll go from there. You were on Cartier before Cartier was popular, and so I think Chopard has an opportunity to do the same. The quality is incredible. They're absolutely stunning designs. So I think that it's a great opportunity and a great value. I mean, it's absolutely stunning. You've worn it personally, I've worn it. It's an incredible piece. If we're being honest, today that is it's almost frowned upon, unfortunately. And that loving mutual relationship, and benefiting each other mutually, and really giving your all 100%. And I think, as we've talked about before, growing in that long distance time, and being able to be long distance but grow together and essentially force time together, quality time, through whether we're watching a show on Netflix together, over our computers, on FaceTime. That's so obscure and weird, but it's so important to be able to build that foundation. And I think that, again, tying back into the hobbies, that being so important, that just builds on your foundation. If she didn't support me in this hobby, and support me in spending, quite frankly, a good amount of money on things that just I enjoy and that she enjoys now as well. I don't think that that's a great way to go about a relationship. You're not able to sort of grow in that way and grow on that foundation together. So I think it really is important to have sort of your obscure things that are a little weird for you two to like enjoy together, and like really not be ashamed of those things and like fully dive into that. I mean, I'm so blessed that you gave me the opportunity to buy this. I had reached out to you obviously about a German Day-Date with similar, like with the blue dial, and I was like, do you think you could turn this to Italian? And the reason for that, my papa was the hardest working man I knew, and he had a gold Seiko Day-Date, and like I own that watch now, and to see, like, it's just so beautiful to me to have the opportunity to wear this in honor of him and the Italian. Sure, he spoke Chicago Italian. He didn't speak a lick of real Italian. Come on, let's be honest. And yet, like, this means so much to me. It makes me think of him, and he dedicated everything to his family, to my mom, my uncles, and to us, my cousins and I, and my brothers. And I just think that this to me is something I pray never leaves my family. Like, this goes down and down and down. The beauty about mechanical watches, it'll last forever. Someone will always be able to service it, and it'll last as long as it's taken care of. And right, this is my prized possession. Like, I haven't taken this off since the day I bought it from you, and it's just incredible. And like, every time I look at it, I think of the friendship that we've created, and I think of my grandpa and how proud of me he would be for being able to attain this at such a young age. And I'm really proud of how far I've come and really honoring his story. And like you've talked about before, that our grandparents sacrificed so much, not for us to continue working 80 hours a week, but to work a great job and have a great life on top of it and enjoy those finer things that we're so blessed to have. I think he called me Jono. That was his nickname for me. I think he'd say, Jono, I'm proud of you. I'm proud of you. And that means the most to me, more than any watch ever could, more than anything ever could. Knowing that I'm doing him proud and doing my other grandparents proud and my parents, it means more than anything. Yeah, I just think he would say that he's really proud of me, and he's proud of the man I've become and how much I've grown. I don't know if he would quite understand how I got this so young or why I got this so young, but he'd be damn proud of it for sure.
What would you say back to him?
Papa, I love you.
That's awesome.
I tell him I love him, and this is for you. This is for you. Every time I look at it, I think of you. Blue has been my color from forever. My mom always dressed me in blue. All my hand-me-downs were in blue. I mean, I have two older brothers, so I had hand-me-downs until I could afford my own clothes. So all my hand-me-downs were blue. I guess we Italians look good in blue, I guess. And the Italian was just absolutely perfect. I mean, like I said, my papa, his family's from Italy. He really like dove into those roots and sort of instilled that in me, to be proud of your heritage, to be proud of where you're from. And I'm just, like, every time I see it, it just makes me smile. It makes me think of him, truly. Him and my grandma, and just the sacrifices they made for me to be afforded the opportunity that I'm in today. I feel incredibly blessed. And I think pairing it on this absolutely perfect strap from the Theo and Harris strap shop, it's just incredible. Like, the blue pops, the gloss is incredible. It just makes me feel like I know how much this means to me. Nobody else needs to know how much this means to me. Sure, you know, because I've shared the story with you, but nobody else does that. A passerby, I don't really care if they think I'm a young kid who's entitled and whatever. I know that's not me. You know that's not me. All my family and friends know that's not me. I know that this was for me. This was to honor my family and where I come from, and that's the most important thing.
Hey, talk about what you were saying before about you love the bracelet, but the strap is so gorgeous.
Yeah, I mean, the bracelet's incredible. Come on, who doesn't love a solid gold Rolex? How can you not? How can you not be romantic about that? That's the it watch. I made it. The gold Day-Date 36, the perfect size. But just on the strap, it just is so versatile. It completely changes the look. I mean, from before, on the gold bracelet, the dial is almost like a blue-black. Like, it's gorgeous. It plays with the lights so well. But on the navy, it just really pops out the blue, and it plays so well with that creamy Day-Date wheel. It's absolutely perfect. And the other straps that I've got purchased from you, it completely changes the watch. I think that's the beauty of a leather strap, is you're able to have one watch, but as many straps you have, X straps is X personalities of the watch. And it's perfect. It changes the feel, number one, which to me is most important, how I feel when I'm wearing it. Like, I feel like, damn, I know that this is mine. And I'm not doing this to show off to anybody else. I'm doing this for me, to be proud of myself, and to every day I can look down and smile. And so that's what I think the beauty of a strap is being able to change the personality of the watch and be able to sort of change how I feel when I'm wearing it. Claire now wants a matching gold Rolex, and I cannot lie, that makes me so happy. I do not care how much that costs me. I do not care. I want a lapis, as we discussed, and we're gonna take our time to pick the right one, but a beautiful lapis style Ladies Datejust. I think it's just, to me, a perfect watch. Again, blue is my favorite color. No lapis style is the same, and I think that's incredible and that's perfect. And I love the idea. It just shows me how far she's come, because at first she didn't care about my watches. She noticed when I had a different watch on, but she wouldn't really say anything. But now that she's telling me what she wants, that she's open to wearing, because Claire likes to be under the radar, and now she's open to wearing a gold Rolex, and I just love that. I changed her to that. I think that's incredible, and I think, as we've discussed, I pray for future children and pray for sons, and I want to get each of them a Day-Date, because I think it is the quintessential Rolex. The I made it at a point, and I feel like it's such a blessing to be able to pass that on to your children, to be able for it to last forever and last my great, all beyond, all those grandchildren. And so I look forward to the opportunity to not only continue making it with this watch, but also those Day-Dates in the future and all those other watches that you source, and find that, of course, just hit me right in the sweet spot, and I have to get. My friend. You're the best. Thank you. Thank you.
Cheers.
Chintani.
Chintani.